Hello and welcome to another episode of Lord Lukan. Today we're going to have another rummage around in the world of love after Lockup. In this installment, we're going to be taking a closer look at Michael and Justine, or as they're otherwise known as Mike or Montana Millz and Juju or JPersaud or Sexy Wife 227, but shh, we're not supposed to know about that. If you're not familiar with the show, check out my previous videos in the links below, but if you know what I'm talking about, then I'll try not to bore you with the backstory. Michael is a delightful young man and an aspiring rapper called Montana Millz, not to be mistaken for this Montana Millz. Or this one. He spent 3 years at the pleasure of the Department of Corrections in Cranston, Providence County, Rhode Island, for a couple, 23, of heroin trafficking, conspiracy, and drug trafficking charges. Oops. And when the boys and girls from the local PD went to his girlfriend's house, they may have found another 40 or so packages of naughtiness. Double oops. And here's the lovely couple on the day. According to the Department of Justice, Mr. Persaud, aka Montana Millz, had been dealing heroin and fentanyl for 4.5 months just before his arrest, and was also awaiting sentencing on convictions of 16 drug trafficking and conspiracy charges in Pennsylvania. According to court filings, in several instances, Michael had used other individuals to assist in the delivery of drugs. In at least 2 such instances, he was driven by his girlfriend at the time, Tiffany.
Gently extend your arm. Extend your middle finger.
Who also happens to be the mother of his 3 children. So he was driven by Tiffany to deliver fentanyl to the undercover detective. Whoops.
Nothing to see here.
Anywho, Mr. Millz looks like he's turning his life around. He's got himself a rather nice little music career going. He's got a range of footwear, masks and socks. A lovely family, and he's even been signed to AMG Universal Records. Hold on a second. Are AMG and Universal the same thing? I mean, I'm sure one of the most well-known record labels are always in the habit of signing people with a following of less than 1,200 listeners on Spotify and fewer than 700 subscribers on YouTube. It must be because he's been on the telly. After all, that Cash Me Outside girl is signed to Atlantic, and all she did was say some kind of words on that Big Philly show. In fact, even Woah Vicky got together with Little Yachty and Soulja Boy's videographer to make some, noise about something.
Ching chong, bitch.
In fact, AMG Universal have been credited on a few of his albums, and in the video My Cake. Hang on a second, isn't this a song released in 2015 by Vavu Shay? Let's compare. Well, we know the beginning part is Lana Del Rey, but then this happens.
I'm elective and calm, but cold like a blizzard. The stone causes X to build up in my charms. I've been with a baddie from Paris, and now I think I got 3 more coming with me. And I roll with a banger, I'm cold. Smoking spliffs big as egg rolls. Went from no hoopies to pole. Juiced up Jose Canseco. Never seen a me a spliff, I'm in the cup. Like me from the L with the hips. If an MIA, but I got the problem. And the DMV. What's up, go to a guy?
Maybe he's on the Universal Records too. Hang on a second. Universal Records have been dormant since 2006, when it all went a bit wrong with Motown Records, and in their artist list he doesn't seem to appear. Oh look, David Marley. But I'm sure it's legit. He's even got it on another video of his called Tony. Hang on a second, she looks familiar. She has a startling resemblance to someone I've seen before. Can't imagine who, must be my imagination. Okay, so maybe the whole Universal bit is a bit misleading, but he is with Get 'em Records, who we have seen in one of the Love After Lockup episodes. And on their website, they say they'll grow their fan base by 7,000% every year. Wow! So on their Facebook, they'll have 18.4 million followers by next year, and 124 billion by 2025. Maybe that's a little bit ambitious. Let's rewind the video and change what I said in the beginning then. Anywho, Mr. Millz looks like he's turning his life around. He's got a range of footwear, masks and socks, and has a lovely family. Here is his wonderful little shop. Check out those prices. $999.99 for this particular pair of trainers. And these two, Wowee! Oops, I seem to have accidentally clicked on Alibaba and found the same type of trainer for 978 less. Bargain! I could buy 47 pairs for the same price. Those customization costs must be huge, and we all know the stuff made in China is expensive. Even Justine has collaborated on a pair called the Millz JPersaud range, and this one is the Marshmallow, and it's a little bit more expensive at $1,099. But don't worry, Alibaba has it. But hey, you're paying for the brand. A bit like Yeezys. I bet he uses Alibaba too. After all, most things are made in China. It's the world's factory. Except for my shoes. I love them dearly, but they were made in Italy. But who cares? And his stuff has this lovely logo on them. Hang on a second. That does bear a striking resemblance to the Maserati logo. But don't worry, it's turned upside down, and that makes it totally different. Why does Maserati have a trident anyway? That's to do with the sea, isn't it? Well, yes, it's Neptune's trident, but apparently Neptune was all about wrangling horses, so that totally makes sense. Anyway, a logo is a trademark, not a copyright. And whilst over here in Europe there are some clear copyrighted trademarks, in other places you can avoid that legal schmeagle simply by being part of a different industry. Unless you're someone bloodthirsty like Apple, who sued a teeny-weeny company called Prepare, who were a food prep company, just because they thought the logo might be confused for the Apple one. So the whole logo thing is way more complicated than I can be picking apart. But I'm sure he's had some great reviews for his wares. Hang on a second. WTH? I don't know what that is. I follow fashion. I own a pair of Balenciaga. A pair of Prada Cloudburst sneakers. I can understand why those are $1,000, if not more. These look like I could buy them from the Foot Locker. How are you charging a band for these? This new day age is sick. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Dude, I've seen pay less shoes from 1992 with better quality and design than these. Are people really paying $1,000 for these ugly-ass kicks? They can't be that stupid. Not trying to knock the hustle, but come on, man. This can't be real life trying to sell this trash with zero design for top dollar. This shoe you can find on AliExpress for less than $10, but they're selling them for over $1,000. These people are scammers. Google and go on YouTube and you'll see for yourself. Michael and Justine from Love After Lockup. They're stealing people's money. SMH. He even stole the Maserati logo and just flipped it upside down. Why are men on here bashing his wife instead of talking about him and his shoes? Y'all clearly hate women. Yeah, that makes sense. So the reviews aren't exactly shining. Okay, so let's rewind and try that again. Mr. Millz looks like he's turning his life around. He's got a little music going, he sells clothes, and has a lovely family. Now, I'm sure we can't argue with that. Here's the lucky lady Justine, or It's Juju World as she appears here on Instagram. Seems like a rather cute profile, professing her love for her man, and maybe a little bit of flexing about a car and stuff. Nice chain. Hang on a second. Is she flexing a $30 necklace? Maybe not. That chain it's on is at least $47, so that's nearly $80 in total. Okay, the fake flexing is a little much, but that doesn't mean she's a bad person. Hang on a second. I like you, but after hearing the way you disrespected your husband, changed my mind about you. He didn't talk to you like that. I've been married for 20 years. If you want your marriage to last, you better change the way you talk to Michael and have more respect for yourself. It was cute or funny, the things you said to him. It was rude and nasty. You have no couth. That was hella disrespectful. Her mom have every right to feel the way she do because she helps her when shit don't go right. But why the fuck she quit her job for damn rap career? Shake my damn head. Never will I. Your mouth is reckless. You have to give respect to your partner to get respect. Don't push your husband's buttons and not expect a reaction. Totally agree. She popped off at his mum, and did you hear how she talked to her own mother and husband? She better chill, because karma ain't that far behind. I really liked them, and seemed to genuinely love each other, but after tonight, seeing her nasty attitude, I feel a little different about her. I agree, she's got a nasty mouth. She thinks she's funny talking to him like that. She's so disrespectful, she just made me think twice. Now, if I even like her. Now the disrespect to his mum makes more sense. Then she started going in on him too by the end of the episode. Lord help this woman before it's baby daddy number 4 throwing the deuces, throwing the fingers up. throwing her fingers, a hand, finger, pointing, I don't know, throwing up the something on her. There's a reason all the baby daddies left. Her mouth is reckless. Respect goes both ways. The last thing he'd need to come home to is disrespectful talking wife after he's hustling for his kids and yours. Shake my f***ing head. I used to love me some Juju, but after tonight that mouth of hers is too much. You never disrespect your mum like that, and she was the only one holding you down with them other something as run off on you. Shake my damn head, God don't like ugly. And of course, Juju, being very in touch with what's going on, commented, "Thanks everyone, good job, well done." Well, they can't be all that bad. They're doing a little tour of Atlanta to do some meet and greets and some promo for their stuff. Shh, don't tell the parole board. And it's being promoted by Jazzy Prophet. Wow, she must be pretty epic with that name. Let's have a look. Here we are, Jazzy Prophet. She's even done some work with Monique, who's also on Love After Lockup. She's all about promotion and marketing. Ooh, she's a multifaceted socialite. She's worked with Blue Donkey Coffee, has a sofa, has a microphone, worked with these guys, and has a sofa. No reason to doubt she's legit. Okay, so let's rewind and retry my intro one last time. Mr. Millz looks like he's turning his life around. He's got himself a little music going, sells clothes, and has a family. Good job. Okay, so perhaps the fentanyl and heroin dealing may have contributed to the destruction of a few lives along the way, but TV shows need to be made, and who cares about morality and collateral damage when there's money to be made? He and his missus may be big fat fakey pants, but somewhere inside there's some genuine desire to be the best they can be, and a wise man once said, "Fake it till you make it." He's clearly not the big bad gangster he makes out in his videos, and the videos aren't even quite the videos he makes them out to be either. But is there really anything wrong with having an imagination and a load of ambition? Once we lose the ability to imagine a better future, we lose the ability to create ambition, and at that point perhaps there's nothing left but to provide poison to our vulnerable people. If the only thing these guys are peddling is a bunch of illusions, then that's fine by me. And really, who the hell am I to judge render these guys anyway? I'm not perfect. Now that they're expecting again and Justine's decided to quit her job, probably because Mike hates the idea of being a full-time daddy, then these guys need all the luck they can get. And if they can hustle some cheap trainers and provide some entertainment, then crack on, and I wish you the best. That's all for today. Stay beautiful, love to my 3, and take care of yourself.